And welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. Now, did you know that $10 billion is the estimated amount to be wagered on the 2022 NCAA tournament for basketball, obviously, which is approximately 30% more than Super Bowl bets? So, anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Bob Fan 101, with my good friend and co-host, Cam, aka Noticed_Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
All right, so let's get started with talking about some sports. We're going to start off with the biggest topic in the sports world this week. March Madness is coming up. I am really excited for this year's tournament. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting tournament. We got a lot of teams like Maryland that didn't make it in. Cam, what do you think of this tournament?
I looked at some of the teams that made it in, and I think that it looks like it's going to be interesting, as it always is. And I swear, it's only around March Madness. It's like every single game is a crazy finish. I promise you guys, it's always like this. I swear, I don't know why. It's just a whole different league with March Madness.
Of course.
And I didn't have enough time to really make a bracket or like make a lot of predictions, but I can say who I think my national championship winner is going to be, and that's going to be Baylor. They've been a pretty dominating team this year, and they're not a joke to play with. And I think I'd be interested to see who's going to win. I don't think Gonzaga is going to make it far.
Facts.
I don't think they're going to make it far, like at all. I know people are calling them contenders, but I don't see it happening.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about my picks. I'm not going to go through my entire bracket, but I did make a bracket like I have been for every year since I've been watching the tournament. But I'll just say some notable picks that I have. So Boise State and Memphis in the first round. I picked Memphis over Boise State. And then Bama and the winner of Rutgers versus North Dakota. I may change this, but at the time of recording this, I have Bama getting upset just because of the amount of times they got upset in the regular season. I think they did 10 times. So not good, especially in tournament play. They're a 6th seed right now. Let's see what other picks did I get. I have Gonzaga making it to at least the Elite Eight, and then they're going to lose to Duke in the Elite Eight, and Duke is going to go to the Final Four. I got Purdue beating Kentucky. So, and then my Final Four prediction is Duke and Baylor and Arizona and Auburn, and I have Arizona winning the national championship. So, this is a great tournament. Last year's was really good from returning from the COVID break. So, yeah, I'm really excited for March as per usual. So now let's get into some NFL news. Okay, quick disclaimer. This video was recorded on Sunday, and a lot of free agency news has happened, so we did not get through everything. So in the next episode, we will go through a lot of the free agent moves. Now back to the video. Deshaun Watson has been cleared from all his criminal charges. The Steelers and Panthers are potential suitors.
Yeah. I mean, I think he would look pretty good on the Steelers. I mean, I hope he doesn't go there though. Later you're going to see that. I wanted Vikings to maybe try to capitalize, but it didn't happen. And we actually signed for just a year Cousins to like a $35 million deal, and I'm kind of sad about that. I mean, I'm just hoping, I'm praying to God that Jefferson stays with us, because he has to understand that this is going to be a rough season, no matter what.
Right.
Like, this is going to be a rough season for the Vikings, and he's going to have to figure out what to do, but I hope he stays. I mean, I'm sure he'd be pretty mad if he sees his teammates going to the Super Bowl, like Odell Beckham, Burrow, Chase. I mean, all those guys with the Super Bowl, and he's stuck on a kind of crappy Vikings team. So I'm hoping he can stay with us, and I don't know, maybe try to make something happen.
Yeah, I think the Steelers, they really want Watson, but also the Panthers. So those are really, I think, the two closest. I think the Panthers would be a bad move for him because they only have DJ Moore, and they're really listening to trade offers for Christian McCaffrey or Christian McGlassfrey. So I don't think that is a good option for him. As much as I would hate to say this, I think he should go to the Steelers because they have threats. They got Dijon, they got Harris, they got Juju Smith-Schuster, they got Deontay Johnson, I think, and Chase Claypool. That's a pretty good line right there. So, and the Steelers are always on the verge of making the playoffs. So I think it would be a good destination for Watson to go. But I would hate to hear all the Steelers fans bragging about it. So that's a win-lose situation for me.
Another team I could see Deshaun Watson possibly going to is the Colts. They
Yeah.
need some serious quarterback help, and they just got rid of Carson Wentz. So, I thought maybe he could go there too. So,
yeah, Colts is not a bad option. They got good weapons: Michael Pittman Jr., T.Y. Hilton, Jonathan Taylor. So that would also be another interesting pick. The Dolphins franchise tag Mike Gesicki. Interesting. Buccaneers franchise Chris Godwin, I believe, for the second year in a row. I don't know if he's going to stay with that team, but I could be wrong. But let's hope he does. Brady just made the announcement that he's coming back today, which he's pulling some MJ type stuff there. So that's interesting to see.
Kill me. Don't get me wrong. I like Brady, but at the same time, man, please, I'm begging you, just give it up already. Like, please, I'm begging you. And you've tormented this league for so long. I'm so tired of seeing Brady. And, like, yes, it'll be cool to later on brag and be like, yeah, I see the best QB ever, kiddos. You played the league when I was around.
Right.
But, like, at the same time, just give it up. Begging you, man. You've already got, like, so many rings. And it's like you faked this out, like, 20 times. Like, first it was you were retiring. Then someone came out as it was fake. Then you did retire, and now they're saying you're coming back. Come on, man. Come on.
Right. We got Aaron Rodgers is officially staying in Green Bay for 4 years and $200 million in his total contract, $50 million a year. I mean, I'm not surprised after the run that the Packers had, but I mean, if you had said this at the beginning of the season, I probably wouldn't have believed you because just how mad he was at the team. But now that the team has seemed to meet his demands, the Packers could go on to choking more games in the playoffs.
Yeah, I feel bad for Devontae Adams because they franchise tagged him too.
Yeah, for what, the second year in a row again, right?
I think, yeah. He's kind of been like a prisoner of them, really. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, he might leave too. That might be a real Rodgers situation.
Yeah. He's definitely going to leave because I already think he's going to the Raiders. He's already said that he would like to be on the Raiders. I mean, he's basically what Marshawn Lynch did. I mean, So I think they're waiting to see what could happen. But he goes on the Raiders, man. Raiders are going to be deadly again. Like, personally, I don't think Carr's a bad – I'm going to get into it right here. Just a small main one. I don't think Carr's a bad QB. He throws a lot of interceptions for one. Like, let's just say, like he'll have a bad game, and they'll say he's the worst quarterback in the league. But if he has a good game, they're like, oh, he's so good. I've been, him rocking with him since day one. I hate that about ESPN and SportsCenter. They've always been, like, back and forth on Derek Carr, which annoys me so much. And, I mean, for him being one of the top passing leaders in the league last year, I think that people should have more respect for him.
Okay, back. So my computer decided that it wanted to automatically update in the middle of our recording. So let's get back into the news. The Broncos have completed a blockbuster trade to get Russell Wilson in exchange for Noah Fant, Drew Lock, and some picks. Cam, what do you think of this trade?
I mean, honestly, listen, good for the Broncos to get Russell, but it was such a steal for the Broncos. Broncos, darn it, for the Seahawks. I mean, they got Noah Fant, Drew Lock, and a couple picks. They easily took the dub here. They're going to have a crappy quarterback, but they can low-key build it back up to what it used to be with someone else. Smart move by the Broncos. Yeah, honestly, it was like a win-win. Honestly, it was a win-win. Even though I feel like they still got robbed, kind of. It was still a smart move for them to get that. So
Right. I think this was definitely a W for the Broncos. The Seahawks got fleeced besides Noah Fant and the picks. Maybe I can't remember exactly what the picks were, but Drew Lock, he's bad. We all know Drew Lock, but Noah Fant, he's an up and coming tight end, so that's a great move for them, especially if they trade away Tyler Lockett. Because I hear they might trade him, which I think is a dumb move, but I think the Seahawks are going to rebuild. And now that they've traded away one of their best players, if not their best player, it's time. So,
agreed.
Chargers re-signed Mike Williams for 3 years and $60 million. Good move for the Chargers.
Yeah, agreed.
The Commanders have traded for Carson Wentz in exchange for 2 third-round picks. Why? Why? You have the option to go get Deshaun Watson. They were the betting favorite to get Deshaun Watson, and all they had to do was wait like 2 days for him to get cleared. And then what do? They panic and they go and get Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is a decent quarterback. He was great in his first couple of years when Philadelphia won the Super Bowl and he was hurt and Nick Foles had to take over. And then ever since then, he's not been that great. And if
No.
he continues to play like the way that he has been playing, they're gonna stay bad. It's like they want to suck. It's so ridiculous. Like either blow the entire team up completely or try to make something happen to where you can win. Because Ron Rivera was hyping it up that they were going to get a veteran quarterback, and they did get a veteran quarterback, but not one that I feel like would lead them anywhere. They had the options to get Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota, and they picked Carson Wentz. Oh my God, man, it's tough being a Commanders fan. I will say that.
Yeah, I also saw that they're letting Kyle Allen hit free agency, which I think's a dumb idea. He's a young quarterback. I mean, you guys have been trying to build him up with your team, so I feel like why would you just waste all that time? I have no clue. And the possibility of them maybe getting Zach Ertz is, I honestly that's kind of more refreshing, I will say. And then with Carson Wentz, I mean, I don't want to say he sucks, but he kind of does. His decision making sometimes just is so questionable.
Well, Ertz already re-signed with the Cardinals for 3 years.
Oh, so then, yep, never mind. Ertz goes out the window.
And they re-signed their crappy offensive coordinator, Scott Turner.
I don't know why they would do that. I mean, let's be honest. The Commanders are already in big trouble. Just like
blow it up, dude. Get rid of Terry McLaurin. Just blow it up.
Yeah, legally they're having a downfall.
Jeez. Okay.
They're almost like corrupted and like bad just sports teams right now.
Yep. They're trying to get back Cam Sims, which is a decent move, and Bobby McCain, which is a good move. But
agreed.
Anyways, let's get away from the pain for a second. Titans release offensive guard Rodgers Saffold. I hear he was a standout, so if he's really a standout, then the Bengals should try to pursue him because of their crappy offensive line. I will say this again, if the Bengals can get an offensive line, they could be a dynasty. You never know.
Yeah, I say if Bengals don't get him, Vikings should try to pick him up. I've also heard that Vikings might try to pick up Sheriff off of Commanders, which, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, we need some help.
Take him. If you have the money to pay him because he wants a lot of money for his injury-prone butt, take him.
I know. It's the only problem is his injuries, dude. But, like, if we get him and he's actually really good for our team, it's like we need that offensive line help, but I don't know. Well, Vikings are in a tough spot right now.
Yeah. Eagles re-signed Jason Kelce to a 1-year, $14 million deal. Not a bad move for the Eagles. He was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him. That's a good deal.
The Falcons have restructured the contract of Matt Ryan. Good move.
Good move.
Joe Buck will leave Fox to go to ESPN and host Monday Night Football. I don't know. I didn't really see Joe Buck as a Monday Night Football guy, so I don't really know how I feel about this.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I wasn't expecting this. That's for sure. Like out of all people, I did not see him going and being one of the hosts for Monday Night Football. But hey, do your thing, Joe.
Exactly. Vikings could trade Kirk Cousins, and the Colts and the Seahawks are potential suitors. I just realized you had said that they had re-signed him. And
Yeah,
$35
million.
There was a lot of confusion around Cousins because the Vikings had said they wanted him as their long-term option. Then they said they might trade him, and then they just re-signed him to a one-year deal. So I could see this maybe being Kirk's last year in Minnesota.
Oh, you can absolutely promise it is. But they paid so much for this 1 year, $35 million. Oh, hurt my heart, bro.
Oh my god,
$35 million, bro. You talk about like wanting to like. Listen, I get it. Me and you are both struggling with like our football teams right now, man. It's getting real depressing. $35 million. I can't believe that. Oh, and by the way, the $35 million, it's fully guaranteed.
I mean, listen, I like Kirk Cousins. I think he's a good quarterback. He may not be the best quarterback in the league, but he's definitely underrated considering the fact he plays for Minnesota. But I don't know if he's worth $35 million a year, especially with how much they're struggling. I don't think he's worth $35 million, and he can't do anything in prime time.
Yeah, I just $35 million is a little bit much, but hey, you know what? I'm paying $35 million just for you to go buy Kirk. You've done good things for us at some times, but it's time for you to move on, man.
Dog. Let's see. We got Amari Cooper has been traded to the Browns for picks. I don't know how I feel about this move because the Browns, they have not had the best history of their wide receivers. Odell Beckham, he was not happy with Baker. Again, I don't know if that was because of Baker's poor decision making or the Browns' offensive coaches suck. But if they can't use one good wide receiver right, what makes them think they're going to use another good wide receiver right?
Yeah. And, to another extent to that, I just kind of think that it's like, first of all, don't waste Amari Cooper like you did Beckham Jr.
Right.
And lose him so fast. But second of all, why are they still trying to make Baker something really good? I mean, don't get me wrong. He could be he's a decent QB. But I personally think he is overrated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the Browns are desperate for trying to make him a star. And I don't think he just can't reach that capacity. And,
right.
They try to add all these wide receiver threats, and it's just like it never works.
Right. I agree. Let's see. We got the Browns also want to trade Jarvis Landry. So you get in one good wide receiver and then you take out the other one.
What would you guys even trade him for?
I don't even know. I didn't see any suitors.
A better QB?
Good one. All right, we got the Bills, Steelers, and Chargers are interested in trading for Fletcher Cox. That'd be a good move for all those teams. Bills defense would get stronger. Steelers defense would get stronger, and that would be a big help for the Chargers.
I'd say out of all teams, Chargers need it the most, but he'd be a good add-on for the Bills and Steelers too.
Yeah. Next up, we got Marcus Mariota could be the next quarterback for the Colts. That's a good move. Mariota's not a bad quarterback, and the Colts are around the mid-tier, and Mariota is a mid-quarterback, so I think that would be pretty good move, pretty good fit.
I mean, like I said, when Mariota was on the Raiders, I definitely don't believe that he's not like I never thought of him as like a secondary quarterback. I've always thought of him as like he should be a first QB and he should be QB1 for a team. And I think if you could just have a good chemistry with him, I think he could really be something. And maybe that's because I'm an Oregon fan that I have that that just grudge of liking Mariota a lot. But at the same time, I don't know. I think he's still a pretty good quarterback, and he's most definitely underrated.
Facts.
I mean, sometimes I feel like people overhate him for no reason. I thought Mariota, he could have went to the Vikings too. I thought that would have been a good deal. I mean, it only would have been for maybe like a year. We would have held out. We certainly wouldn't have been paying him $35 million for just a year. And that would have been something. But nope. Vikings just throwing money out there like it's nothing.
Right. And then finally, Chiefs will either cut, trade, or rework the contract of Frank Clark. Don't really know what to say about that. So moving on to the MLB.
Oh, we have a lot now. First is the MLB is finally back. The owners have ratified the newly agreed CBA by a unanimous 30-0 vote. So they're all in favor. And we have some news. Finally, and you'll probably see a little mini rant soon. The Rangers have signed left-handed pitcher Martin Perez to a 1-year, $4 million contract. Martin Perez, he's kind of like a mid pitcher. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the worst. I wouldn't say he's the best either. He was on the Red Sox, but the Rangers definitely need that help. So, honestly, good for them. This is a big one. This is big. The Giants have got Carlos Rodon, how you want to say his name, from Chicago on a 2-year, $44 million contract. And goated. Such a goated move. I mean, it's just, deadly. And then you also have the Los Angeles Dodgers are in agreement with left-handed pitcher Clayton Kershaw on a 1-year deal. I personally thought Clayton was going to go out to free agency, but I guess the Dodgers are keeping him on.
Yeah.
And, good move.
I think that might have been because they had gotten rid of Scherzer, so that opened up some cap room to re-sign him. But I think it's a pretty good move to keep Kershaw on.
Agreed. The Cubs are in agreement with shortstop Andrelton Simmons on a 1-year, $4 million contract. Easily a dub. They need a shortstop. They have a team that's kind of needing some help. They kind of gave everybody else away, but they have a lot of up-and-coming stars. So, I mean, you don't blame them. They're kind of rebuilding again. And Simmons is definitely one of those guys that I think would help them out for a little bit. The Washington Nationals have signed right pitcher Steve. I'm gonna murder this guy's last name. Cishek to a 1-year contract. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say that's really the best moves, but it works for them, I guess.
Yeah, we also brought back Anibal Sanchez.
Seen that. And then the Minnesota Twins have acquired shortstop Isaiah Kiner Fala. I don't know. He's got a weird last name. And a prospect from the Rangers in exchange for catcher Mitch Garver, which, honestly, it's kind of a dub for both. I'm not mad at any of those. Those were actually a decent trade. And then the Toronto Blue Jays are in agreement with left-handed pitcher Yusei Kikuchi on a 3-year, $36 million deal. Dub. Just a complete dub. That's going to be really cool to see him out there pitching for the Blue Jays. Going to be some big help for sure. And then the Angels have re-signed catcher Kurt Suzuki to a year. Wow, they cut him short. $1 million contract. That's it. Well, almost $2 million. Wow, I don't know about that one. It kind of shocks me. And then the New York Mets have acquired right-handed pitcher Chris Bassett from the Oakland A's in exchange for JT Ginn and Adam Oliver. I don't really have much to say on this trade. Chris Bassett is okay. Well, he's okay. He's a little better than okay, but not much to say on this. I think the Mets are trying to build up their pitching squad again. And now you have the rant. Okay, it's simple. I'm gonna try not to get overly heated here. I'm gonna say the news first. Reds GM Nick Krall has said that Cincinnati has not been in contact with free agent Nicholas Castellanos, thus closing the door on a potential reunion. So basically, what they've just done is, oh, hey, we have a guy, right, who's done pretty good, has a lot of eyes on him, really close to maybe even getting MVP for a while, really being a big help. What should we do? Let's just throw him out, throw him into the river. You know what? We don't need him. We got, we might as well just throw India away and Jesse Winker away while we're at it too. And, there's even more crap that the Reds did that's going to make me more mad. You'll see later. But giving away Castellanos is going to be one of the dumbest ideas ever. And it's not like he won't even agree on a contract because he said he loved Reds. He said he would love to stay. But we're not giving him a chance to stay. And I don't know if there's like something about him that we don't know about, that maybe his contract doesn't fit what, like our contract that we maybe offered him at one point doesn't fit what they wanted. But it's like Reds gotta stop being so picky and like use their money. We have money in baseball for a reason. Please, for dear God, use it. Oh. Anything you gotta say on it, Mike?
Well, I mean, I understand where you're coming from here. At first, when you were first saying that, I thought, okay, Castellanos doesn't want to stay because the Reds are not that great of a team. But then you said that he wouldn't have minded staying on the Reds. And if Nick Castellanos is such a big star and one of your best players, you got to go after him. Like, even if he doesn't stay, you at least have to try. So that's ridiculous on the Reds' part, unless there's something we don't know.
I mean, he has said it multiple times on media days. Oh, I love the Reds. I love them. My fans treat me amazing. The organization treats me amazing. I'd love to stay for another year. Why did we never capitalize on this? I don't understand. And we're going to lose him. The Chicago White Sox are in agreement with right pitcher Joe Kelly on a 2-year deal. Honestly, not a bad deal. It's okay. It's mid. And then the Rockies have signed shortstop Jose Iglesias to a 1-year, $5 million contract. Dub. Dub. That's a dub. And then the Baltimore Oilers have signed catcher Robinson Chirinos to a 1-year, $900K contract with $75K incentives and $100K if traded. I don't know. I don't want to say it was pointless. I mean, it was an okay move. I don't know. It's kind of like, meh. This is a big one. That I just, honestly, I don't know if never mind. I changed my mind. This is a good deal. The Chicago White Sox have signed UTL Josh Harrison to a 1-year, $5.5 million contract with a 2023 club option, which is a $1.5 million buyout. And Chicago White Sox have been taking so many dubs, man. I don't blame them, honestly. Josh Harrison he's pretty good. So, that's going to be good for them. And then the Houston Astros, who have signed UTL Nico Goodrum to a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. That sucks. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, then again, their whole organization sucks. Cheaters. Hate you guys.
Yeah, and they might lose Carlos Correa. I've heard rumors of him going maybe to the Yankees.
Yeah, I heard that too. I know that Detroit thought about getting him, but they dropped it. They said they don't want him no more.
Interesting.
Yeah. The Philadelphia Phillies have signed right pitcher. Oh, Lord. These names just get worse. Caritas Familia. I'm not going to lie. I've never even heard of this guy. Hate to be like, ooh. But, so I don't really have an opinion on that. And then the Colorado Rockies have signed right pitcher Alex Colome to a 1-year contract. Actually, that's pretty good on them, honestly. I mean, Colome is from the Twins, and, he actually had a decent season last year. So, honestly, I'd like to see what he can cook up for the Rockies. But you have to get used to that elevation because it's different when you're up there. And then the Red Sox have signed right pitcher Jake Dykman. Funny last name. 2 multi-year contracts. I don't really know. It's not a bad deal, but it's not really a good one either. I guess I'd like to see what the Red Sox got out of it. The Red Sox. My fault. The Athletics.
Right.
The Dodgers have signed Hanser Alberto to a 1-year deal with a 2023 club option. I can't believe they gave him what? I can't believe that. Honestly, not the worst deal, but it's good. I respect it. And then the Cubs have signed right pitcher Jesse Chavez to split minor league deal. Nothing big there. And then the Red Sox have signed right-handed pitcher Max Strom to a 1-year, $3 million contract. Not a bad deal. I like it. The New York Mets had an agreement with right pitcher Adam Ottavino on a 1-year, $4 million contract. I don't know about that one. Mets are picking up basically every single Boston pitcher that they can find. Oh, and here where it gets worse, guys, for the Reds, by the way. The Minnesota Twins have acquired right-handed pitcher Sonny Gray and right-handed pitcher Francis Figueroa from the Cincinnati Reds in exchange for a number 7 prospect, Chase Petty. Listen, here's my thing. Okay, here's my thing. Don't get me wrong, number 7 prospect, that's good. Okay, but we're getting our best pitcher away. Our best pitcher away for him. Like what? I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been thinking about this one like all day. It's just like I feel like we gave too much and they kind of robbed us a little bit. Like I feel like if anything, we should have gave him like I don't know. I don't really know who would give him. Just not him.
Right.
And that's really all of it for the day. You can go to NBA news now.
All right, so moving on to the NBA. Moving on to the NBA. We got Jared Allen is sidelined indefinitely because of a fractured finger. Cleveland, they are a good team. They just have loads of injury problems. And then we got the Kings owner Vivek Ranadive is planning an offer to buy Chelsea FC. So if you guys didn't hear, Chelsea is being put on the market. There's a lot of teams being put on the market, like the Denver Broncos, who I heard Kanye West and Antonio Brown, they want to buy that. That's pretty interesting. And then we got also another team that wants to buy Chelsea is the Jets owner. So what's with these terrible franchise owners wanting to buy a great franchise?
No clue.
And then we got Cam Reddish will miss the rest of the season due to a right shoulder separation. That's pretty much it with the NBA. There hasn't been too much news. The playoffs are starting soon. So.
Well, one thing you did miss is 3 months after back surgery, Milwaukee Bucks center Brook Lopez will return to lineup, which I think he is playing today. So that's good to see.
Right, very good to see.
Yeah, I feel bad for Cam Reddish, man. That sucks, honestly.
I do too. That he just got traded. So yeah, that really sucks.
Yep.
All right, guys. So let's get started with the top 10 plays of the week. Coming in at number 10 is Eric Gordon puts LeBron James on a swivel. Give that man a map.
There's a little soft there by Eric. Oh, Gordon had LeBron James on skates. Oh, my goodness.
And number 9, Stanford game winner.
No timeouts.
Harrison Ingram spinning. Ingram stripped, picked up. Keith goes and Stanford has won it at the buzzer.
unbelievable finish by Stanford. They stayed with it and found a way to get this one done. Unbelievable.
In at number 8, Hassan Diarra calls game.
Tough guys late game. One-on-one, he picked up his dribble. Kicks it off. Long three. Good! Hassan Diarra with 1/10 of a second. Get the shot off.
And number 7, Jadon, or whatever, Jaden Jones, buzzer beater.
Put it in. Comes in. Jadon Jones, desperation! Wanted for the beach!
In at number 6, Azmat Murkanov, flying knee for the win.
And at number 5, Kristaps Porzingis, trick shot from the bench.
In at number 4, this bounce pass alley-oop.
And at number 3, Jariah Horny, sorry, buzzer beater.
Gotta go. 2 seconds on the clock. Last second heat.
Oh my God!
Jariah Horn is the hero.
In at number 2, we got this like Ja Morant style buzzer beater. It was very similar to the one that he had a couple weeks ago.
Wow, let's remember this guy's last name. Jordan Bohannon.
Hey, you got it.
It's going to go through. Keegan Murray got to go now.
You knew it would come down. This game has been tight throughout. To a last shot.
Baseline rubs.
5 to go. Bohannon way outside. Launches the shot. Banks it home. Impossible. Big time onions.
Thompson.
All right. And so with that, that will conclude this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you guys follow our socials, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.